What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Life's a Dance podcast. I am your host, Trey Culata. Thank you, as always, for pressing play and supporting the channel, supporting my mission to help as many people as possible, you and me included, untangle all that crazy shit that's going up in our heads so that we can live our most authentic lives, be our most authentic selves, and experience more joy every single day. So again, thank you. I appreciate you. Today I am talking about, I guess I have a question for you. Are you overly critical of yourself? Do you find yourself quicker to be unkind and say bad things about your own self than the people around you? I'm sitting over here raising my hand. For anybody who's watching me on YouTube, I am super guilty of this, and I am even quick to judge myself. I actually had an experience a few days ago where, I'd put out a podcast, and I was like, I don't even know if I should put this out. I didn't even really promote it because I felt like the message really wasn't that strong. And what's crazy is I got a message from somebody on YouTube, a YouTube watcher, viewer, and they were like, thank you so much, for posting this. I needed to hear this today. And I thought to myself, who am I to judge what is going to resonate with somebody and what's not? I have no clue. So at the end of the day, I think I just have to try and dispel the truth and the experiences that I'm having and how it makes me feel in a way that's authentic, and not judge the quality, because all I'm doing is doing myself a disservice and potentially not putting out a message that somebody needs to hear. And that's just one example. I actually used to have a friend named Trevor who would always say to me, Tracy, take your judge's wig off. Because I was quick to judge, not necessarily just people, but like situations, I was just, that's how I grew up. I'm, from the East Coast. My parents are from New York. Got to wear that suit of armor and be judging everything. And I'm right, you're wrong, whatever, uptight kind of energy, which is one of the reasons why I ended up moving to Colorado, because it's a lot freer. It's like you can really, the air isn't really just like physically crisper and clearer out here. It's like the energy also feels a lot freer out here. And I'm not knocking the East Coast. There's pros and cons to everywhere. But anyhow, the point is, we have to, in these moments where we want to be so critical of ourselves, we just have to remind ourselves to be kind to ourselves. And I don't know why that is so damn difficult. You see some people just kind of, it almost seems like effortlessly flowing through life with confidence, and everything seems to work out for them. And meanwhile, some of us are battling obstacles. And you know what? Here's the thing. The person that may seem like they're floating through life effortlessly is probably dealing with some obstacles that you don't even know about. But when we sit there and we compare, and I know I've talked about the comparison game before, but it's easy to start going into that self-criticism. Or for me personally, most recently, I feel like at every turn in this land development project, things have just gone wrong. And I'm like, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? Like I must be broken. I must be stupid. I must, fill in the blank with some negative, adjective. And it sucks. Like, I feel like I have been kind of almost formulating my own little form of depression because I can't get, the negative rhetoric out of my brain. And that just circles back to the point, like, I have to take my judge's wig off. Thank you, Trevor. and quit judging myself, because, what are the good things that are coming out of this? Because that's another thing we have to remember is, when an obstacle presents itself, it's an opportunity, right? It's an opportunity to challenge yourself to figure out if you can handle it, or prove to yourself that you can handle it. Prove to yourself that you are smart enough to get through it, that you do have the grit to get through it. And sitting here judging yourself, negging yourself, criticizing, and being unkind does not support any of that. As a matter of fact, it just creates, like we've talked about in previous podcasts, more of that negative downward spiral energy. And it's hard to get out of that spiral. There's just no two ways about it, which is why awareness is key. If you find yourself in a position like I have over the past few weeks, just really, really judging myself harshly, I've been making concerted effort to write down my gains every day. I've been meditating every day, trying to get out of this cycle. And it's been helping. It really has been helping. And just being aware, like, okay, you're not stupid. You're actually brave. You're not, there's nothing wrong with you at all. There is nothing wrong with me. And there is nothing wrong with you. I'm not broken. I've been through some shit. You've been through some shit. And we're better off for it. We've learned from it, right? I've learned from it. I'm going to learn from it. I'm not going to give up on what I really want to achieve in my life, no matter how hard, no matter what obstacles I face. I'm just going to keep going. Because what do I have to lose at the end of the day? And being critical of myself and judging myself isn't helping me. So how can I replace those thoughts with more supportive, loving thoughts? Well, first of all, awareness that the thoughts are happening and that they're pervasive in my mind. And then looking back and congratulating myself for the strides that I've made. Not always easy to do, especially in moments where you feel really low. But if I take a beat and sit back, and especially now that it's summertime, go outside, get some fresh air, and just hit the reset button, self-reflect, maybe journaling, I find that the judgment kind of falls away. I'm not so harsh on myself. That's not to say that that the judgment will be gone forever, because there's always going to be points in life where I know that I'm going to judge myself harshly, and I expect a lot out of myself. And that's just me. I'm sure you're the same way if you're listening to this podcast. We're hard on ourselves, and it's like just because we're not at a certain juncture where we thought we might be at a certain point, or things didn't necessarily turn out the way that we wanted to, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with us. And that's what I'm here to remind you of today. Okay, so take your judge's wig off. Quit judging yourself. Quit harshly criticizing yourself. Be kind to yourself today. Say something kind to yourself today. I'll start. Trey, you're fucking awesome. Do you know how cool you are? Do you know how much people fucking love you? See, I feel better already. I know, I'm a fucking dork, but whatever. Here we are. I know you love it. You love it too. So that's going to do it for my captain's log for today, guys. I hope you got something out of it. I will not prejudge. I will go ahead and post this and promote it and, put it out into the ether and the universe and hope I get to light another person's candle. Because when I light somebody else's candle, the whole world just burns that much brighter. And that's what I'm here to do. Okay. Love you all. Till next time, let's dance.